What's up, Brandon?
How's it going?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Man, had to get some rest up, enjoy the weekend, get ready to start the week off and everything.
Yes.
They was calling me earlier. They was like, "Are you still?" I was like, "I'm on." I was like, "I just let me get my morning tea in. Let me just wake up and get everything going."
Hey, that's real, man. That's real. It's Monday, man. It's always like the busy start to the week, man. But put it like this: it's a blessing to be busy, especially right now.
Exactly. Yeah, having to jump up and do something. It's like, yo, let me get to it, see what we can get going. Especially with me right now in this kitchen. The experimentation that's going on right now and working on the catering and food prepping list. It's getting crazy.
Well, man, I am excited to hear about your story. You and your beautiful daughter. I understand she won't be in the interview today. Her schedule is a little busy, so you know. So
And
we
I
got
look at my schedule. I look at my schedule and I'm like, this is nothing compared to yours. Like, what is going on? I get more alerts. I get more alerts for her daily than myself.
hey, you training her up right. You getting her ready. Getting her ready.
Oh, I have to get her into that rotation so she gets to see it and she gets to live it at the same time.
Hey, well, that sounds good, man. Well, since you in the house, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a quick intro for the show so everybody knows what they're watching, a little station identification, and
Perfect.
then we'll get this party started, man. So, once again, thank you all for watching and listening to RDC Speak Life Sessions. My name is Rodney. I am the host and creator of the show. Today, I have a very special guest with me. This brother, this man. He and his wonderful daughter, his beautiful young daughter, have created an incredible business, NSFW Pantry, which he's going to break it all down to us. He's the owner and the head chef of NSFW Pantry. And would you all give a warm welcome for this brother, this man who's raising his child, because I have to emphasize that, my brother, Brandon Jones. Everybody getting their hands in the air. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Oh man, it's the best intro I've received in the interview so far. You number one right now.
Well, man, I love the show, love and respect, and to me it just gives me so much energy in life when I see a black man with his children. And I saw that picture of y'all. I was like, Francesca, I have to thank Pop Fusion TV and Francesca. I got to thank you for bringing this incredible man to my show. So thank you. So
Those are my day ones. They got to see her from the beginning, like when she was timid to just growing into it. So she knows them by name now. I'm laughing. That's her crew now. I got kicked out. That's all her friends now.
she's a movie star. She's a movie star, man. Getting her ready.
Definitely. But yeah, like you said, I started NSFW Pantry. The name is not safe for work. Based on that, we infuse alcohol into our food and desserts. That's kind of what the niche came about to be. Of course, she has no part in the alcohol infusing part or anything like that. She's still at the bottom. She's at the basics right now. We're still trying to make sure we don't over season the meat and chicken right now. We're still on those stages. But it's just a little thing that I came up with. I used to live in North Hollywood, and my friend used to always park his car at my house because he would go to the bars up and down the street. So
Yes.
of course my house was pregame quarters. It was like, oh, hey bro, I'm gonna park the car there. We gonna pregame at your house or whatnot. I'm like, y'all pregame it. I'm going to work tomorrow. Like, I don't care. Go ahead. And he had a bad habit of going to Costco, and buying the big jugs of alcohol. And he
Yes.
would always leave it. Like in the morning, I'd wake him up. He'd, go about his way. I go about mine. And I would be sitting there with a whole half a flask of liquor just on the counter. And I'm just like, this is starting to stack up. Like, I had rum, I had vodka, I had, cognac. And at the time I worked in corporate America, and one thing, I didn't work a 9 to 5. Like, I worked either early mornings or late at nights. So it was kind of stressful for me. I wasn't seeing my daughter that much at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was with her mom most of the time, but I would see them when I came home. And I started baking. It was just a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Something that was fun. And one night, you know, I had some ingredients on the counter, and that big flask of liquor that my friend, you know, normally leaves on the counter right there was just sitting there. And I was just like, I wonder if I can put this, you know, into the cupcakes somehow. 'Cause, you know, I was tired of the normal. I was like, I know I can bake. I know I can do this, but I want something that's a challenge. And it started from there. One of my bosses was leaving the company, and I had a half a flask of Jameson, and I had some spiced cupcake mix left over or whatnot. So I made some spiced Jameson cupcakes for my boss. The funny thing was, he left, so he didn't even get to try them. Like, he had already been on the flight and was gone.
Oh.
So my coworkers ended up dividing them and taking them home.
Okay.
The next day, yo, where can I get some of them cupcakes? Like, where'd you buy those cupcakes at? Like, I need some of those cupcakes. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I made them. They're like, you made these? How much for 6 or how much for a dozen and stuff like that. So I just started experimenting. Baby girl was like tiny. So as I was experimenting, I started learning different ingredients. You know, I use Skittles, I use caramel, I use fruit. And my daughter, since birth, has always wanted to be involved in everything.
Okay.
Like, she has to jump into it.
Yeah.
So her first job was actually separating all the Skittles, like literally dumping out the bag. She would sit there with like 5 or 6 bowls and literally like separate all the Skittles, occasionally eating 1 or 2, you know, sneaking that in, you know.
Yeah, a little sampling,
Yeah, but it was just from there that I noticed, like, you know what, I can show her business from day one. It's something as simple as separating Skittles and just being a part of what is daddy doing and stuff like that. And she's progressed. You know, she started day one just separating Skittles. Now she's cracking eggs and measuring oil for the batters for me and stuff like that. You know, she's up to everything but touching the oven and putting stuff in the oven. She's like, nah, I'm cool. You can do that. Like, that's her. Like, once everything's prepped, she's like, all right, cool. I'm going to go play now. Just let me know when it's done, so I can get my half, and then, you know, you go do what you need to do with yours. So, but it's fun. She's getting to see everything from the beginning and on. And the fact is, I'm not forcing her into it. Like I said, like, she will help anyway, whether it's breaking down, you know, the ingredients, measuring stuff. My child likes to do dishes, which I don't know where she gets that from, because I know I hate cleaning, even though it's a daily thing with chefs. It's like the one part of my job I hate about being a chef is the cleaning. My daughter loves it. So some days it'll be like, all right, here, she'll be like, I'll clean. You just do all that stuff and deal with the fire and the heat. Just give me the stuff and clean. So she's just seeing at a young age, she's willing to do any job and learn about it and grow. That's what makes me proud as a father, you know. Yes. And everything, and it's expanded her in other stuff. She's a huge painter right now. You know, I had posted a recent interview we did with Fuego, where she showed off her Yoda painting. So I'm letting her kind of find herself, but at the same time, you know, she's learning about business and how to grow and how to have fun with stuff.
Now, what's your wonderful daughter's name again? Because I want to make sure we say this child's name, man.
Malia Jones. Malia. Everybody laughs because they like Brock's kid, and I'm like, well, I didn't think of that when it happened. The only track that we were on was her mother said the name has to begin with an M, and I was like, okay, Malia, and it's been everybody calls her Malia. I call her Brat because that's like literally my brat. She's spoiled as anything. So when people come to my page, they'll see LaBrat, or I'll be like, the brat took my food again, or Brat is here, has me buying a bike today, or whatever it may be.
Man, I have to just give you so much respect, because I tell my son and daughter are grown now. Son's 21, daughter's 23, and all that since they were younger. Entrepreneurship, run your own business, control your own narrative, control your own destiny. Don't put your hands and your life in the hands of another man. And so I love what you're teaching. I love what you're teaching your daughter, man.
It's especially now, like, I've been through it. I've been from job to job. I worked in corporate America to the point where somebody was controlling me where I couldn't see my daughter. You know, I worked labor jobs to where, yeah, I had time, but I was so tired, you know, with, you know, being able to do stuff with my daughter. And now, I mean, even with entrepreneurship, there's those times where, you know, I don't have that set times like I want to, but she's around. Even like, especially with COVID has proven like seeing how people work. And I think it's a good thing for the kids because it really shows, like, if you're a parent, you're really working and you're really grinding, your kids are seeing this. And this is building right into them. They're seeing if you lounging on the couch, chilling and stuff like that. They see, if you're on the phones every day and stuff like that. My daughter sees me, I have cookbooks. Like, literally, I have a file box right here of cookbooks I just bought.
Really?
I bought like 20 more cookbooks the other day. There's a bookstore not far from here. All cookbooks were $1 for the day. I cleaned up. I cleaned up.
Brandon, I got a quick question. Did you learn to cook like when you were young, like a child, like mom, dad, anybody? Like who gave you these skills, or was it all just like, hey man, I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna be like a chemistry lab up in here. How was that?
So growing up, I grew up with my mom. Mom raised me and all that stuff, and I would watch my mom cook at a young age, but I really didn't have any interest for it. And then my mom came up with this interesting punishment when I used to get in trouble. She because nothing was really working, so she was like, you know what? Since you want to cut up, you can cook for yourself for a week. And I was like, all right. Wait, what? Wait, what? And she was like, you know how to use the oven. You got all your little frozen pizzas. You got your little hot pot. You had all the frozen stuff. So I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna be good. A week throwing pizzas in the oven, I'm cool. You start getting tired of frozen pizzas and frozen burritos and stuff when you get in trouble. So as my mom started cooking, I would actually start looking over her shoulder and start being nosy. And I just started watching her do the recipes. And over time, I learned on my mom's recipes. I learned how to do her chili. I learned how to do her fried chicken. I learned how she would make cakes back in the day and stuff like that. And really, my mom wasn't really heavy into cooking, but she has her set 20 meals that we always rotated. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of led me to is once I learned the 20 meals, it was yo, I want to break outside of this. How do I do? So it's funny. Now it's me, my mother, and my daughter, us three live together. Okay. It just works in a system. My mom's the big educator. She handles a lot of my daughter's school stuff because she's, bachelor, master's degree. I'm like, that's you. Yeah. I couldn't. Don't get me wrong. I applaud people that can do school. I'm more of a just let me go find it myself, and I'm more hands-on. That's always been my thing, and just hard work and ethic. Do I want to go to culinary school and stuff like that? Yeah, it's on the mind, but really, I've shown that being a home.
Do you? Yeah. Do you have to?
You really don't. I mean, I've watched YouTubes. I've watched every cooking thing on Netflix. I even watch cartoons where they having cooking wars because the recipes are real on those sometimes. You'd be surprised. You'll look it up and be like, wait a minute, that's a real recipe? I thought this was just, make-believe. And, I just started taking in stuff and just started experimenting. And the thing that was regular food at first was boring to me, but alcohol, it's just, there's you're either wrong or you're right. Because too little, you're not really getting the effects of it. Okay. Too much, you're going to oversaturate or you're going to dissolve whatever you're trying to make. And I was tired of, because I used to go to friends' parties and I used to have the little alcoholic cupcakes, little test tube. Yeah. I hated it because you squeeze the whole thing, your whole cupcake gets flooded. It's mushy. It's what happened? People didn't realize you're not supposed to push it all the way, but that's how you set it up. Even if you pull it out, it's going to come out everywhere. So for me, it was learning about fermentation, how to infuse stuff. I sit, my treats literally are marinated in alcohol for 3 days before I actually even do any work. Literally when I make my cookies, my brownies, it's the actual ingredients have been sitting there fermented. I got mason jars all over my kitchen right now. Just trying out new stuff, new things. I've got dried fruit sitting and stuff because you learn how the flavors and the textures affect things and how alcohol can be. Anybody can sit there and try to pour alcohol. I try it. Yes. My first cupcakes I ever made, the frosting lasted 10 seconds out the door. It was too much alcohol in it. The frosting just melted down, and it was okay, I can't just free-handed pour 3 shots of liquor and frosting. Don't work like that. Yeah. So and, you know, just cultivating over time. And it's funny because little one, you know, she makes mistakes, and her mistakes have led to some stuff being discovered too. Like, oh, don't put that. Wait a minute. Oh, that's firmer.
Those
okay,
are the best ones.
Good job.
Those are the best ones.
And then she'll take credit for that. Very well. Remember, I created this. And I'm just like, you know what, child, go have fun with your stuff, then, please.
Are you located in North Hollywood?
No. So right now, I live in Santa Clarita right now. Okay. I've always I was born in LA, but I've always been like a valley and like outskirts kid. I like my peace and quiet and everything like that. But the way that I've kind of rotated the business, especially with COVID. Because normally I would do events, like I was doing events for different, you know, celebrities here and there, different fashion companies, people's baby showers. Being as COVID's around and I can't be out there in person, what we have been doing is we have drops at Fox Hills Mall right now. I have drops at the Northridge Mall, and then over here in Santa Clarita, over by Open Book, one of the big bookstores over here. I'm just doing drops like bi-weekly or every 3 weeks, depending on how the order loads are coming in. Basically go online to NSFWPantry.com.
Yes.
We have our cookies, brownies, and assorted packs of cupcakes. I'm actually about to re-edit the site today. I'm about to open up a lot more stuff. And then everybody's been asking me about shipping. You know, I got people, they're just, oh, when are you going to be able to ship stuff? When is it going to be able to go? Like, what you doing? So shipping is hard, especially with like cupcakes. It's not like I can put cupcakes in a box in a container, because by the time they get it, I'm pretty sure the frosting gonna be on the top, you know, and everything. So for the past like 2 months, I have been working on cake jar. So this encompasses 4 cupcakes, basically, along with the icing and the the alcoholic core that we usually put in it. This is like my Crown Royal apple cupcake that I do with basically it's a spice cupcake. It's caramel and Crown Royal apple mixed together as your core, and then it's a white chocolate and Crown Royal apple buttercream frosting. So what we did was break it down and layer it in the jar, and then we capped it. And basically, I've just been testing the life expectancy, because depending on where we're going to start shipping, I need to know how long can it ship there or not. Surprisingly, mason jars have worked very well. So I'm hoping within the next month to be shipping to places. I have people in Seattle. I got people in Texas. I got people in New York, Florida. We're going to try some trial runs to Seattle with my best friend. I'm going to try sending like 4 of these at a time to see, what happens along the journey or whatnot.
Okay.
If everything goes well, within the month, we will be able to start shipping out product.
Well, I'm in LA, so I live, near Pasadena. I can get over there and.
I got. You know what? I've actually been thinking about doing a drop spot in Pasadena, because I actually have about like 5 regular customers out there right now. So, yeah, Pasadena. Something about y'all love some alcoholic treats. Definitely with Pasadena right there. But we're looking into more, because everybody knows me for my treats. And then, as you've probably seen, I'm expanding into food. So we're going to do kits, like full-on kits, where you're going to get a meal and a dessert all in one box. That's the next phase. The first project is called the Henny Trinity. This is a project that I've been having so much fun with it. Like, I've been using my neighbor next door as a guinea pig for everything, and he's loving it. But I'm doing a tri-tip burger. Basically, it's going to be called the Henny Q Burger. It's a tri-tip burger with pineapple. It's going to have our Henny Q barbecue sauce. It's going to have our goat sauce, greatest of alcoholic times, like sauce on it. Lettuce, onion ring, sandwiched onto a nice potato bun. We're going to do what we call our goat fries and tots. It's going to be half tater tots, half French fries. And you're going to get that goat sauce all over the top of those as well, too. And then we're going to put in with that, you're going to get one of these jars, but it's going to be the hen dog cake jar, which will be like a German chocolate and Tennessee actual combination of cake and chocolate. We're trying to put it all in one package, and that'll be our first plate. That'll be going out. We have that. I got tipsy tacos in progress right now. Oh. I have wasted wings that I want to do, booze bowls. I Dude, that's why people are like, you're so quiet. We don't see you post all the time. I'm literally I kid you not, I'm surrounded by books, little chart graphs, even my companies that help me, they'd be calling me like, are you there? Are you okay? I'm good. I'm just sorry. I'm surrounded by paperwork right now. I'm really trying to break it down. Just expand. You got to. And even then, I see some of my people in here. One of my guys, he just like, wings.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
With it being alcohol infused foods, what is your most popular night for orders?
You know what? Right. So as of now, I kind of pick usually to do drop dates on Fridays and Saturdays, like right when people are getting off of work and transitioning home to grab and go, and Saturdays for events. But what I was actually doing certain events, it really wasn't any particular day. It was just like, oh, I got a baby shower, and I'm like, okay, so is kids here? Is it not kids? Do you want non-alcoholic? You want half? Surprisingly, I do a lot of like half non, half on. I've done baby showers. I've catered about like 3 of those. I've done a lot of fashion shows. I used to work with Lavish in Pasadena, actually. Those were one of my first days.
I know
That's where I met Pop. That's where I met Pop Fusion and everybody. I did Christina Cooper's little event there, and literally like just bringing out cupcakes and stuff and all the different treats that we had right there. It started spreading through Pasadena. I don't know, it just led to a lot of different avenues, but mainly like right now, I'm really excited for this food because people are just like, okay, like my neighbors have tried it. I've had close friends that I've worked with. They've had the Hennessy barbecue sliders I've made, and they're like, ooh, so can I buy the sauce from you? And I'm like, no, I have not even released this yet. I'm like, you're lucky you getting to try this. Pop Fusion actually were the first people to get the wings. They got the lemon pepper tequila wings. They got the Crown Royal barbecue wings.
Oh,
and then I think I did some regular wings just because, you still got your healthy people. I think they did some regular baked wings. Oh man, those were gone. That's why I was like, I've had stuff. I'm just waiting. I'm kind of waiting for people. It's hard because for me, I like giving people food hot.
Yes.
Yes. You think about it, we go to restaurants, we go to eat places so that way people can have that experience right there. With COVID, it's like packaging up stuff, the packaging prices have gone up for certain things, that good aluminum foil that keep that heat in there. It was originally $2, now they trying to charge $6 because they know we coming to get it. So it's like, it's a struggle between finding that price range so that way, people understand, like, I'm not trying to gouge you, but I'm also doing that. And even with me, I have to explain to a lot of my customers after a while, like, there is alcohol in this. And I'm not chintzy. Like, your cupcakes alone get about a shot of alcohol in each one of them.
Wow. So, if you're kind of a lightweight, you got to be careful eating these cupcakes, huh?
So it's funny because the people that love my treats the most are the people that don't drink. Like, people that don't drink, they like, oh, this is a cool way for me to interact with my friends that do drink and still have a good time.
Oh, wow.
It's like, and the way it is even though it's a shot in there, you got to understand, like, you're still getting a good amount of bread in there and sugar that does take into it. Yeah. And I've even told people, like, cupcakes, you'll be fine. Cookies, might feel it. My brownie, I'm not liable. I'm not liable. I'm sorry, I'm not. Like, I've named the brownies, like the names, like my main brownie is our chocolate Hershey's brownie. It's called the damn brownie for a reason. I've given this brownie to people, and I kid you not, every time after the 3rd bite, it's like, damn, like, whew, like it's drenched. I've learned that a lot of people don't understand is, like, cooking is not only just what you learn in class, but what you can take up from stuff. Like, one of my favorite books right now that I just picked up is How Food Works. Like, literally the dictionary on it. It tells you, how is alcohol actually fermented? Why does it break down stuff? Why do foods have to be at these temperatures to not be raw? So for me, it's like I take a deeper look into everything, as well as I'm into different foods. Like I literally have probably right here next to me, like I have my tea right here. Like a lot of people laugh at me because they're like, "You into tea?" Yes, I have about like 50 different teas at my house. Like I have to have different teas and stuff like that. It helps with flavors. You'd be surprised how I'll drink a tea with something. I'll be like, I wonder how that tastes with some chicken. And then next thing you know, it'll spice it in or something. Or how would that taste with chili or anything like that? And just taking that all in. And it's like, I know people are waiting for me. They're like, when are you coming out hard? When are you bringing out the plates? It's kind of like a clothing line. I take everything that I've learned. I've worked in fashion, stuff like that. I have at least 6 seasons already ready. But I want to make sure that I'm ready to layer it out.
Yes.
I want little one to be able to be a part of the process. You know, right now it's school for her. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be a teacher. I'm already, you know, a kitchen teacher. Now I got to do the schooling thing too. So it's just getting everything all together and, you know, making sure people are safe. Yeah. People's safety is number one. A lot of people have not seen me lately. I'm COVID terrified. I'll tell it to anybody. Yeah, I'm COVID terrified. My daughter has asthma. My mother is older. They're both high risk. I'm not worried about me, but if I was to bring it to one of them, it's not my whole thing. So I'm thinking the same way with my food. Like, how can I get this to people so it's still hot, still ready, still cool, and still in the safest formats? And we've done it so far. We've done it so far with our drop spots, you know, and even then I got guys in LA that'll sometimes deliver if you're in LA and they're not doing nothing. They come in to pick up they cupcakes anyway. Half of the guys that I sponsor out there, they'll be like, oh, where's this going? Oh, that's only a couple miles from my house. I take it to them, give me the number. So, you know, that's how we've been doing it as of now. And like I said, right now is a learning stage. And I'm glad my daughter used to see it. You know, my daughter's learning about COVID, learning about things that are going on in the world and how you have to look at business in different ways. So she's getting a full grasp of it. And even then, if she wants to continue with the baking or not, I just want her to be ready to do whatever she wants to do, whether it be art, music, cooking. I want her to be ready. But she already knows she's the boss. I've already told her, this is for you. This ain't for me. This is your money to be set in the long run. Yes, you know, I got to do everything in my name and stuff like that, but she will eventually get signed on and everything goes to her. What she wants to do from there, that'll be her choice, but at least she has something, you know, set for her in the future. Like, that's my gift to her in the future. Her grandmother is like leaving stuff for her in the future. So that way you got to take care of your youth.
Yes.
You know, once we're gone, that's a lot of issues that I see that go on. You know, we have to empower the youth. What we do today affects them in the years to come. So even if this is just something small, at least she has a small business that already has a frame and a customer base where she can reach out to. So it's all for them. And honestly, it's fun for me. I like the challenges. You know, I like learning new stuff. This is like, for me, it's fun. I tell people, have patience with it and have fun. If you ain't having fun, you ain't gonna do nothing.
You know what? I wanted to welcome, we got some of my Atlanta fam in the interview as well. We got my girl, Natalie Fikes, who is a very dear friend. She's my sister. She's in here. She is an incredible radio personality in Atlanta. And comedian Rodney Perry. Get well, brother, man. I'm so glad you're in the house. That's one of my friends.
Hey.
So I know ATL is going to want to get their hands on some of this alcohol-infused food. So I know that's got to be one of the destinations, you know, for not safe. What is it? Not
safe for work.
Not safe for work pantry.
Not safe for work pantry. And it's so funny because I started selling at my old 9-to-5 job in the office. That's why the name came about, because it was like I was in the office and I was just like, here. And I was like, this is not safe for work. Yeah. And the name just stuck from there. And everybody's loved it since. Like, once they learn it, they're like, yo, this is creative. Like, how did this come about? So, but Atlanta definitely, I mean, honestly, my main thing is I really like the whole food truck business that's going on right now. But I mean, I have talked to people. Definitely Atlanta is a spot that I do want to hit. I do have some friends out there that we're going to try, you know, sending some things out. I mean, if these cake jars really take off, the main thing will be figuring out the sizing and, you know, the shipment cost mainly.
Yes.
That's what my last trials are. I already know the lifespan. I already know how long it can last. It's just, all right, packaging. Is it going to break on the way there? And, you know, how much is it going to cost? Because I already know people ain't trying to pay these. I don't even try to pay heavy shipping when I go get some. So, you know, I'm trying to see how we can keep those costs down, what jar sizes we're going to do. Because I honestly thought this was small. And this was 4 cupcakes, and I was like, well, yeah, let's look at some other sizes, get some things going. But yeah, definitely Atlanta's a spot, Vegas is a spot. You know, the party town,
Yeah.
Miami. You know, that's where you want to see these at, and that's why for me, like long running the business, a lot of people like, oh, I want storefronts, and I'm just seeing the demise of storefronts with this whole thing. Food trucks. Food trucks can pop up anywhere, anyhow. So for me, that's the long-term goal would be, you know, food trucks in each city. I want, you know, like 3 food trucks in LA, you know, 2 food trucks in Vegas. I want, you know, 3 in Atlanta. I want 2 in the hot spots in Miami. I got friends in Seattle that are very big and do stuff out there. So I know they're going to want one there. Texas. I know the DJs in Texas. So they're going to be like, yo, like, where's our truck at? And stuff like that. And honestly, just I want to show like you can also do things from, you know, your home. You know, right now my main thing is my daughter's education. That's why like a lot of times people are like, oh, we want, like a lot of interviews have been getting turned down lately with her because school starts on the 31st. You know, it's buckle down time and stuff like that. But also showing her, you know, you can do stuff from home and still be safe and everything. Because I still think, you know, a lot of people are thinking, I got to get out, I got to do stuff. Nah, if you online the right ways, and you actually talking and networking, your business is going to thrive, which I'm learning. I'm not a good social media person. I think I don't want to get warped into the phone or nothing like that or the iPad. Yeah. But, you know, just still be safe out there, people. You know, the longer we can hold things down, the sooner we can get back to the fun stuff. The sooner I can get back out to farmers markets and, you know, pop up the tent and be like, I'm here. I can get back to doing my corporate events for people like Pop Fusion and stuff like that. I mean, that's ultimately though what we're gonna be looking for in the future. You know, getting things going. And little one will probably be doing like a little kids sector of the business. Yes, she has been honing in on her cooking skills. You know, she's actually learned her grandmother's fried chicken recipe. That's always like the first. That's the first recipe like in the family. Everybody learned like is my mom's fried chicken recipe.
Yeah, so you gotta learn how big mama cooks.
Exactly. So she's done it twice now. So I'm looking to expand and kind of give her her own thing where, you know, okay, I have these plates for adults. Don't worry, she got these for the kids. You know, she's getting there slowly but surely. But like I tell people, just be patient. You know, yes. I don't want to rush anything and put out, you know, a bad product. I'm very like. These cupcakes took me a long time. It took a year alone just to get the recipe down to the right consistency of alcohol, to candy, to sugar, to, you know, the flour. It took time. So even with this food, like I've been working on this Hennessy burger for 3 months.
You know, I respect that because I don't know if you ever heard of Ernest and Julio Gallo, the wine people. You know, their whole thing was we serve no wine before it's time. So, you know, it's like they're going to make sure it's right. You're not touching the product until they know it's right. And I love that.
It's patience. People don't have patience, and that's the main thing. Like, when I tell people, oh, I'm making cupcakes, I'm finna do this drop, like, they don't know. I said it that day because that's when the stuff is actually starting to be created. Yeah. Like I said, fermentation starts there. So now a week and a half later, you like, man, this chocolate really tastes like it got some liquor in it. Like, what? It was sitting. I had it ready for you. I wanted to give you, because that's why when people hit me up like, oh, I need cupcakes like 2 days in advance, I'm like, I could do it, but it's not going to be the same. And then I don't want to do it because I'm not putting out that great of a product. You know, people like I tell people, the greatest products take the longest time to come. They do. I can sit here and be like all these other food companies. I got guys that I know that are doing plates every Sunday. They doing plates here. They doing plates there. They doing this. I've kind of, and I'm teaching my daughter this too. I'm trying to show, you know, be your own individual self. Right? And what I'm looking at it as is look at people like Nike.
Yeah.
Nike and Jordan release the same shoe one time. One month, this shoe comes out. 1 month, this shoe comes out. We're gonna do the same with food. The Henny Trinity,
Yes.
it'll be out for like a week. It'll be out for a week. I'm gonna let people pre-order it for a week. There's only gonna be a limited amount, but it's so precious to me. Like, it's gonna be marketed. I'm not gonna lie, I tell people it's gonna be marketed because you're gonna get a 16-ounce cake jar. So you're getting like 4 cupcakes in there. You're getting fries and tater tots in the burger. It's gonna be anywhere from $50 to $60, but you're getting a customized box. You're getting a full custom meal, and literally, we're gonna make sure you get it. And if it's not the greatest burger you've had, I fail. Straight up.
Man.
Like, if you can't taste the alcohol, I fail. Like, that's how. But that's the thing. It's only gonna come out that one time, and who knows? I might re-release it again 3 months, 4 months. I'm literally gonna treat it like night, so that way when you gonna hear from those 20 people that got it and been like, "Yo, that was the greatest thing of all time that I've ever eaten." So next time it comes, yo, I want people to be lined up like people line up for shoes at all these shoe stores when they drop. That's how I want to get the business model, because it allows me to have a balanced life with my little one too, and it gives me enough time to keep creating. Because my whole thing is, like I said, I hate rushing. Give me a month, I give you some products. Like, it took me 2 months to do my tacos. It took me 3 months to get this burger right. The actual bowls that I'm working on right now, I'm still not even happy with the sauces. Like, I've tried about like 4 different sauces. I'm still not happy. Like, and I've trained myself. Be patient. I can sit here and start rushing and competing with these other dudes. Like, here, I got bowls. He's got a bowl. I got a bowl. And it's going to burn me out, and it's going to be a half product. So for me, I'm looking forward to when we do drop everything. So it's at a peak, and it's a new style. And my daughter gets to be the head front of them.
I have a question. First thing I want to add something. That next time you hook up with Pop Fusion TV, Francesca, I know you're in the interview. So y'all better have a brother up there with y'all, because, we starting to collab a little bit. So I need to be a part of this.
You know what? I got you. I'm gonna hit her up right after. I'm gonna be like, I know you watched the video. You heard the man, right?
She in right now. She here right now. So hey, I need to be a part of that one. One of my questions is, what has been like your greatest challenge that you've had to go through with this whole endeavor? Because, man, the restaurant business is amazing, and you're an artist, you're a creative. Because in food I love it. It's beautiful. So break it down. What did you have to deal with?
Man, for me, and this is why I tell everybody, it goes back to patience. I didn't have patience in the beginning. When I first started this company, like I said, I was hustling out of the office. Like, literally, this was a stress reliever turned into a hustle, turned into a business. And even then, I still look at it as a hustle, because every day you're not gonna have the best day. The hardest part for me was when I started this business, I was literally in an office with over 1,000 employees. And literally every Friday, payday Friday, when people was getting off of work, who had them treats ready? Me. So I go from clearing 500, 600, plus I'm still getting my regular check from work, and everything like that. And then I still got outside orders from people that I know outside of work, because people that already talked and spread all the news about it. So I was 3 ways of income,
Yes.
Everything was cool. Getting away from that office, because, eventually I did leave. Corporate America got a lot on me. I wasn't seeing my daughter. There was a lot going on.
I understand that more than you would ever know, bro.
You can't, and people don't understand. Like, I tell everybody, I'm like, my daughter's first.
Yes.
I don't care what nobody says. Yes. My kid comes first. That's always going to be it. So getting back to that time, and then just the stuff that I was going through, family issues and things like that. Getting into that and moving away, I lost a huge amount of income. And that's where I really started seeing the work come in to, like, I really got to promote this, or I really got to be out there. And for me, I wasn't savvy at social media. Like, I'm a little bit savvy now, but even then, I'm still reading up. I'm still learning. But just like now, it was like, okay, I got to get out to people.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, I got to people by being out and about and going to friends' parties and bringing cupcakes and stuff. So then I was like, okay, I'm still getting stuff here and there, but I'm free to go wherever I want.
Yes.
I'm a face-to-face salesman. That's how I've always been. Now it's like, okay, now I can't get face-to-face. So now it's like, and I'm not mad, because it's like each one that you drop at, it's like, okay, I got to learn a new skill. So now it's learning on social media, like how we do. This also shows me which products people like the most, which products people don't like right now, you know, what's selling and everything. Like I can tell you right off the bat, oh, these cupcakes is going to go.
Yeah.
These cookies, don't even put them out there no more. Nobody even want them, like and everything like that. And just learning how to market to people. Like now what I do is if people order stuff from me, you might get a sample pack of something you didn't try, and that turns them on. Like for instance, my tropical medley cookies are probably, I tell everybody, like, these are my best cookies. It's mixed with white chocolate, rum, tropical medley, and an oatmeal cookie base.
Oh.
People see it, they're like, nah, I'm cool. So they order like the snickerdoodle, or they'll order like the double chocolate cherry cookie, something that they feel safe with.
Yeah.
I'll send 3 of those rum cookies in a pack, just as a little sample. I get a message back. Yo, what's those cookies right there? That them 3 cookies that you had, the thing, right? You know, so I'm learning, you know, photography angles. How do I make it appear so, you know, I can show you a picture and tell you about it, but it's not the same experience as walking into a place and being like, that smells good. You know, when you walk in the grocery store, you know where the chicken's being cooked because you smell it. You know where the cakes are being made because you can smell it. You know, that keen sense to get in. People ain't around to smell it because, like, with mine, it's the alcohol that hits. You know, somebody opens a pack of cupcakes. I smell tequila. Like, wait a minute. You know, so how can I convey this stuff over social media? That's why I ask my customers, you know, take a picture of you having it. I'm going to be doing a challenge soon called the Reaction Challenge.
Okay.
When you get your thing, I want you to take a bite right out of the middle of that treat or that food, and I want your honest reaction right there. You know, I got videos of, you know, artists, because I've been in the rap community. You know, one of my guys that I sponsor, he's a rapper.
Okay.
He gave cupcakes to some of his little partners, and one dude, literally, the video is hilarious, and I still haven't posted it yet, but he literally bit into the cupcake, and he goes, oh God, I didn't think it was going to be that good, but this is fire. Like, I want to get, you know, I'm thinking of different ways to get that marketing out there. And then, of course, you know, Francesca, the Booking Connection, they're always, you know, shooting stuff out and getting it. So when I see them post something, I'm like, oh, I should be posting this then right now, you know. But I know my audience too. My people, I got to tell them last minute. I could tell them a week in advance. They'll still forget. Hey, they're buying alcohol, cupcakes.
I wanted to add, Natalie, my sister, she's basically my sister in Atlanta. She added, she loved what you said about your daughter and how you really looked at how your daughter was being affected. And she said you will always be successful when you consider how your moves affect your children. And that's that's a blessing on you, man, because that's why I tell everybody, I was like, there are so many Black men who are handling their business and taking care of their children. That's why I'm so glad you are on this show right now. Man, Francesca, I might owe her something for hooking this interview up. Oh, she hearing that too, probably.
Man, you know she gonna be sending an email real quick. It's getting typed right now. Like, so you said, oh.
Yeah, I know.
But no, she's
gonna collect.
But Natalie's right, and one thing I'm gonna tell most people that have kids, and this is the biggest thing that I can tell you: you can talk to your kids, you can tell your kids everything in the world. They're gonna do what they want to do. It's like my uncle used to tell, like me and my mom when I was growing up. My uncle had to be that middle guy, you know, and it was like he's gonna do what he's gonna do at the end of the day. You can tell him whatever you want, you can warn him and everything, but at the end of the day, a person is gonna do what they want to do. Little kids, it's the same way. They're still comprehending and learning how to comprehend everything. So the quickest way for them to do anything is to mock you. They're going to model your action before they model anything you say. Like, I see that with my daughter. Like, when I go into the kitchen, I have a habit where I always have a towel on my shoulder. When she goes into the kitchen now, she always has to get a towel. and throw it over her shoulder. Like that's her thing. If I have a spoon or I have gloves, she's going to go get a spoon and gloves. You know, if I'm getting mock-ups, so every step and everything that you do, that's what they're going to take into and see. So.
Man, this is just amazing. How old is Malia?
Malia is 6. She'll be 7 in October.
Oh,
so she's a bookworm right now. She's been like, we've had to go to. That's why I've been buying books too, because I'm like, me and her have bad habits. I buy cookbooks. She buys her little chapter books. She's been going through it this summer. We found out school's gonna be online, so we just got her a new laptop. We're getting her all set up for stuff right now. That's our focus. She's really I tell everybody she's the smartest one in the family, right? She is. She takes in very well. She's a quick learner, and she's curious and not scared to jump in anything, unless it has to deal with animals. She don't mess with animals really, but other than that, anything else she'll jump in.
She's smart.
She's at that stage where she's reading everything now, because we got her in the books, so she's like clearing out like 2-3 books a week. And then it gets to the point where like I'll write the grocery list on the wall in my kitchen or whatever. We got a little chalkboard. She'll be in the kitchen reading the entire grocery list. And you'd be like, what are you reading? You know, like I can't leave papers around. I can't leave my phone open. She'll start reading the text messages. Like she's trying to read everything. Like, and she even is into directions. Like right now, Legos is big with us because she's learning about reading the directions and doing stuff. Same as in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So there's that. You get both. You're doing it with toys, but you're also doing it in the kitchen. Because she'll be like, okay, it needs 2 eggs. All right, good job. Go get them 2 eggs real quick. It needs oil. It's a 1/3 or line 3. You know, you're looking at how everything goes hand in hand, so that way it all comes together. But just she shocks me a lot to this day. Just certain things that she knows and learns, and her palate is across the board. Literally for her birthday, we had to find catfish for her. No, I'm sorry, not for her graduation. She wanted catfish.
Okay.
I went to 6 different stores. I get to a Ralph's, and finally, because I called him, the dude's like, it's coming in fresh today. Hadn't even pulled it out the back yet. I was like, and he's like, you've been looking for this catfish? I say, yeah. I was like, my 6-year-old wants catfish for her graduation party. He was like, 6-year-old requested catfish? I was like, she has a very refined palate. She just asked me for asparagus for the day. I was just like, I didn't even know you liked asparagus. Okay, let's take it up to the next level. Cool. You're breaking out of the bounds right now. We're getting there.
And Brandy, I have a question that just popped up, so I wanted to address the question real quick.
Yeah.
The question is, how do hardworking men who put their children first not get caught up in a WAP society?
Okay, so I'm actually happy this question came up because I was just talking to my mother about this the other day.
All right.
It was very funny. Of course, the first thing that comes to your mind is my daughter's not going to see this video or hear this song, you know, clean or dirty. Even if you take out the curse word, it's not going to be what it is. Now, keep in mind, I'm a co-parent, so there's so much that I can do on my side, but of course, you know, I can't be concerned with what's going on the other side and how that's controlled. Does that concern me at times? Yes. My whole thing is this. First and foremost, you got to take a look at the content. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. This is something that they're going to put out. It's nothing short of surprising to me. I even said, I was funny because I said this several months ago. I was like, okay. I was like, Megan Thee Stallion linked up with Nicki Minaj. I was like, but if she links up with Cardi, it's going to be a whole nother level because both of them are the front runners right now of this whole little regime. Them and City Girls are getting all of them. Yeah. And for me, you're not going to be able to hide it all the time. I mean, at the young age, yeah, I can control what she watches on the iPad. I control what she watches on the TV. I control what she hears on the radio and stuff like that. So for that, and right now, if you're younger, you have that control. Older, it's a little different story. It's a conversation. And and this is what I tell people. That conversation is going to be easy based upon what you've built up from the beginning. From the beginning, from like where my child is at now, the one thing that my mother has always shown me and taught me is your relationship with your child and how they're going to interact with you in the future depends on how it is in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that my daughter knows you can come to me about anything, I'm not really going to yell or chew you out or do stuff like that.
Right.
That sets me up for the future. So when I do have to have these conversations, it's just going to be like, yo, I'm going to just let you know. That's out there. Yeah, the music's banging. I get that beat is hard. Don't get me wrong. But is that something you want to portray yourself as and that you see yourself as? Mm-hmm. Or do you feel you can put yourself on a higher level? And honestly, it's going to be a matter of contrast and do stuff. You know, you can't just tell a kid to do something. You have to give examples. Like, I can be like, you can be that. You can be Cardi, or you can be Beyonce.
Hmm.
Beyonce still has her own sex appeal, but still keeps it in a classy manner, you know? There's certain ways you can do this, and there's certain ways you want to do this. Yeah. And I'm going to just be honest and be like, as your father, you know, there's some stuff you're going to learn from your mother and everything like that, but I'm just going to tell you, how you reveal yourself is going to be how people are going to present themselves to you, yeah, and how people are going to treat you. And, I mean, I'm not, like I said, it's something you got to worry about from the beginning. To all parents, like, it's something you got to start from the beginning. And even if you haven't, you can still catch up onto it. You just have to make your kids feel comfortable enough to come to. Yes. I've hung out with plenty of people my age that have grown up, and I've seen the different ways that people parented. And honestly, the parents that kind of like gave their kids some leeway to kind of experiment and do things, those kids turned out pretty great because the parents were like, look, you're going to do it or whatnot, but I'd rather you do it in the comfort of home, or you do this and learn about it and see what's going on. Uh-huh. So for me, it's getting that comfort level and setting the boundaries. My daughter, I think honestly, the way she is, she already hate everything from cigarette smoke and all types of stuff and everything. So I'm not worried about her, but she gets those boundaries from like me, her grandmother, you know, and all other people that she interacts with. So you kind of already see where she's going. Yeah. It's just taking that notice in on that. I mean, you're not going to be able to hide it forever. Just be prepared to make sure your kids are comfortable enough to talk to you about it. That's the main thing you got to be prepared for.
Man, I was like, we got about 5 minutes left in the interview because IG, they cut us off real quick. So I want to make sure I give you some ample time to really talk more about the pantry, and you share so much about the plans. I am so impressed. Let me see. Got another comment. If you use your platform to drop knowledge about fathers raising daughters, you will triple your profits.
We will be doing some videos. We'll be doing some videos. I like Natalie. Shoot, Natalie trying to get another job. Shoot,
Natalie is a coach. She's a coach. She's business coach, everything. So, okay. Yeah. So listen, trust me. I listen to her. She drops a lot of nuggets. So
I'm trying to get some videos. With the child, but we working on that. She camera shy. Like, she likes to perform when none of y'all is around.
well, you know, that's why I would love to get a chance to meet her and see if she's willing to record like 30 seconds or a minute of you all in the kitchen bonding together, because that is so powerful. Showing father and daughter cooking.
We'll do a cooking segment for you.
Yeah.
We'll do a father and daughter cooking segment for you. We'll plan something with you right there where I'll probably do like some food and I'll have her do the dessert just for you guys, so families can start knowing meals to cook together.
Man, I'm telling you, that will be so powerful, man. That'll be so powerful. Your platform is already growing. It's just huge. I can't wait to eat some of the food. So I'm looking forward.
I got you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got you on one of the first boxes. That Henny Trinity, you got one coming your way, brother. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. All right.
I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to ask if you could leave us with some advice for anybody else who's looking to start a business right now during COVID. Like, what type of, how could they navigate some of this crazy stuff, because you're doing it and your business has been around. It was pre-COVID, but you know, some people need to learn. Some people are trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life right now. So,
and people are forcing themselves to do things that, that's why you get stuck in this place of what am I going to do or anything like that. Find a hobby. even if you're working a regular job, find a hobby and build upon that. And for people with kids, your kids are going to gravitate towards you to do stuff. I never forced my daughter to do anything. Hands down. This is something she saw me doing, and she sees my passion in it. She wants to help her father in it.
Powerful.
And even then, do stuff with your kids. In order to first start a business with your kid, you got to have that bond. Like, I don't just cook with my daughter. We go outside and ride bikes together. We go to art classes together. Like, we go do like painting, father and daughter painting. We are foodies. We go out and eat together and judge the food together, you know?
Oh, wow.
You have to have that full relationship, and the business comes naturally. And it's just going to be something that both of your child love together doing. And it's not going to feel like work. It's going to be like, yo, I'm spending time with my kid and we're both doing something we love. You know, your kid's going to take after you. So that's how I tell people. That's where it starts. And, you know, don't deny them certain things. You know, a lot of times in the beginning, there are times where I was doing stuff and I was like, no, let me do that because I'm worried she's going to mess it up. They're going to make mistakes. You got to let them learn and get it out so that way they can get to the level to help you out everything. So
I'm a firm believer, Brandon. I'm a firm believer that you got to give your children, the people you love in your life, you got to give them space to make mistakes, because we're all going to make mistakes. That's how we grow. Yeah. And I love what you said, because during COVID right now, I hear a lot of parents who are just upset. You know, my kids are always around the house. I'm like, man, this is like prime opportunity, man. You'll never get this time again in our lifetime. We'll never see it again. But man, my son and daughter grew up so quick, and I'm grateful because they're very productive, college graduate, running, doing their business and stuff like that. But I missed that time. My wife would say different. Yep. I missed that time when they were real little, making messes in the kitchen and stuff, trying to figure out stuff. I missed that. So enjoy that time.
Definitely. I mean, that's what I tell everybody. Like, even the time when I don't have her here, I'm like, where's my child? If it gets too quiet, I'm like, where's my child? You want as much time as you can, because once they get older, like you said, they don't want to be bothered with us no more. They're like, why are you calling me? What you want? The only time they're going to call us for money or something that they need. I already know.
Man, well, I definitely appreciate you, Brandon, for joining my show. I got to thank Pop Fusion TV, Francesca. I want to thank you so much for connecting us. This has been a great interview, great connection. I'm excited that I know this brother now. I like to leave everybody. Can you make sure, give us 30 seconds to let everybody know how they can get in touch with you and how they can place orders, so we can go ahead and handle that real quick and I'll close us out.
Here we go. I'm gonna actually do it because I'm actually in the room.
All right.
Okay. Up here. So I'm gonna basically give the website, and then our Instagram is where I'm active most.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I gotta learn again. It's not my forte per se right now. And Facebook is like my mom, my grandparents. I don't have nobody hip or cool on there really. But that's our, I just posted right there, NSFWPantry.com. That's my website. It will be doing some updates over the next few weeks. I'm going to be opening it up so that all products are available, and we'll be setting up some drop dates throughout LA and stuff like that for everybody. I still do specialty orders. And then just check out online on Instagram. I will be hopefully, dropping these jars by the 1st. I know that's going to be a big hit with everybody and stuff like that. As well as I will be doing like certain like giveaways and stuff like that. Like my Free People's Army's in the building. I see right there.
Yeah. I'm
doing some promo stuff with them. So there'll be some cupcakes from them coming as well too. But the site and the Instagram will keep you guys updated on the regular. So, and you'll see little one on there taking it over occasionally now too. She's getting into TikTok and all that other stuff or whatnot. So she's gonna start doing video.
Right. Okay, we down to 10 seconds. I got the producer looking at me. He got 10 seconds. I'm gonna close this out. Thank you all for watching. You'll be able to watch this interview again. Remember 3 things: love God, love yourself, love people, and life will be beautiful. We out.
Later.